In this video we shall be looking at Thermaltake's Urban S21 computer case. The case comes in a regular Thermaltake themed colorfully printed box with styrofoam packaging inside. Once out of the box, we can see various surfaces are protected using plastic film. Once the lamination was removed, it revealed a very nice brushed aluminum surface. Now the front panel is the best part of this entire case, but more on that subject later. The design concept appears to hint towards silent computing. However, there is no sound dampening material on S21, though the bigger brothers S31, S41 does have sound dampening material. At the front of the case there are two USB 3 ports along with the mic and headphone port. The top of the case has the power and reset switch along with the hard drive activity LED. The power LED is very neatly tucked in, we shall see later. At the top there is provision for a 120mm fan. This position is filtered. And also on the side panel there is space for another 120mm fan, and on top of that there is a little perspex window. At the rear there is a 120mm included fan, and there are two rubber grommeted liquid cooling tube pass-throughs, and there are 7 expansion ports. At the bottom there is the position for the PSU, and the right side panel is dented outwards. At the bottom the casing's feet have rubber padding, and there's a large filter which can be removed, but the process is a bit involved. So let's look at the inside of the case, which is also painted black. And immediately we can see there are loads of tool-free drive mounts. The motherboard tray, however, has very little in the way of cable management. There are those large hook-like features and holes here and there for cable ties, but that's about it. There are almost no feature directing the cables to the back of the motherboard tray, which tells us about the cable management features of this case. The tool-free drive mounting system is relatively simple. Just twist and pull, the clip comes off, and replace and turn back, it locks. At the bottom of the case there are 3 rubber padding for the power supply for the vibration to be reduced, and the vented area continues with filter underneath it. There's a position for 120mm fan. Once the system was built there were a lot of cables to be seen. Primary reason for that is because the motherboard's tray does not allow any cables to be routed from the back, but still we managed to find enough space to hide most of the cables. In recent days I have not seen many cases like this. Most cases have some kind of cable management provision, even if rudimentary. Space was not much of an issue. The graphics card that you see is 27 cm long, and there is still some room to spare. All up, there is room for plenty of hard drives, plenty of optical drives that one system may need. It's wide enough to house a decent sized cooler as well. So as far as space is concerned, there is plenty inside the case. I don't understand why they didn't address cable management. This is one of the pictures I took from the Thermaltake website at the time of making this video, where we can see that the power supply has none of the modular cables attached. None of the fans have the cables, the graphics card does not have cables, there is barely any cable to be seen. Or how about this picture? Do you see any cables there? The next point is in regards to the top mounted exhaust fan. The motherboard that I have used comes too close to the top surface as far as the RAM slots are concerned, so there isn't much space for a fan to fit there. Perhaps with other motherboard it could be possible, but nonetheless the space over there is very tight. Now let's look at the back of the motherboard tray. It looks very clean over there because there's no cable there. The unused cables can be tied in a bunch and placed behind the hard drive cage, and installing the CPU cooler's retention plate was very easy thanks to the large cutout. So the left side panel was convexed outwards, did not come to much use after all. I did mention about the power LED before. When the power was turned on it lights up and it looks really nice. It's very different and subtle. The beauty of it is somewhat lost in the video, but in reality it looks quite nice. Now once the system was built I was left with a mixed opinion. A gaming case? Perhaps not. A media center? Yes. There are reasons why I would call this a good media center case because of the front panel of the case. That is the highest quality component of the entire case. It is quite sober looking, and the brushed aluminum does give it a luxury feel, and the way it is styled it can nicely blend in a living room. And behind the closed door, things are also nicely finished. The quality is not much compromised there. The dust filter for the front 120mm fan removes very easily, as does the covers for the drive bays, and they are replaced equally easily. So once the system is built, the issues with the cable management and so forth sort of dissolves into the mix. As mentioned, this case may suit a media center but not gaming system so much. I mean, if you think about it, this case has rubber grommeted water cooling tube pass-throughs, except it doesn't have provisions for cable management. Someone who's gonna spend upwards of $250 on custom LCS, is he really going to use this case? I doubt that. While in the subject of money, this case can be purchased for around $90 give or take, and at that price this can be a reasonable offer for a media center that is subjected to medium amount of load. It can be the heart of your entertainment center, taking care of all your movies, digital contents and TV shows and so forth. Little bit of gaming perhaps, with a video card that would not cause too much of heating, which I'm sure will be more than any console that is available today. So in summary, this case can be desirable based upon its looks, though not much in the way of features as far as making a cutting-edge system is concerned. While it is not thoroughly constructed out of aluminum, the aluminum trim at the front panel does give it some sense of luxury. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. What you like or disliked about this video, please be sure to let us know in the comment section below. And please do also remember to subscribe in order to stay updated with our latest upcoming videos. Hope to see you next time. Bye for now.